Do you also think that you need to fix yourself because you believe there is something wrong inside of you? And do you believe that if you do not, that you will be suffering silently with this your entire life? Well, I did, and it happened for many years. I thought if I could just stop overthinking, stop comparing myself, stop feeling insecure, stop feeling any kind of jealousy towards other people, then maybe this voice inside of me would stop bothering me. I just wanted the triggers to stop so that that negative voice in my brain would also stop. I wanted the comparisons to go away. And the constant feeling of not feeling good enough inside of myself, or sometimes comparing myself to other people and feeling better than them, I wanted that feeling to just go away. The insecurity, the fear. I played small just so that people wouldn't abandon me and would be around in my life so that I wouldn't feel triggered. And all this while, what I did was I was trying to keep that fear hidden inside of me so that nobody could see it, putting up a very brave face, smiling, laughing, hiding all of those insecurities inside of me, and thinking that I could get away with life like that. But it was too much. I was holding on to too much. I actually wanted all of that inside of me to just disappear. What I did not realize was that all of this was actually just harming me more than anyone else, and somehow my relationships were not working out because of that. Even my personal goals or the things that I wanted to do in my life, they were not working out. But what I did not realize was that I needed to actually sit down with those feelings and heal myself. I was trying to escape myself. I kept numbing myself. I avoided, I ignored, I suppressed because it was so confusing, it was overwhelming, and I just felt sometimes too intense and sometimes disconnected. Somewhere along the way, I learned that I had to shut down. I just had to stay away from certain people or situations and just go on around in life as if nothing even really happened. Eventually, when something really bad happened, I would just brush it off aside. I would act like it doesn't affect me, it doesn't bother me, I don't even care, and I would just laugh about it and move on as if I don't really care. At least that is what I thought I was doing, and I thought this was the best way to move in life. Sometimes I would look around at people and just think that why are they even reacting? Why are they being so emotional? Just didn't make sense to me that how could somebody actually feel feelings and be upset and cry. And I somehow convinced myself that I'm doing absolutely fine. At least that is what I thought it was. My feelings, they don't disappear. They never disappear. They wait and they eventually ask you to feel them. And just like that, one day, everything in my life just crashed down. And it wasn't a very big thing, just minute triggers, but they just seemed to have been built over the years with so much of intensity that I couldn't even ignore myself anymore. One more trigger and one more disappointment led me to a complete breakdown. Every single thing that I had been carrying over the past years, they just came out. And the way that they came out, I was literally sobbing on the floor with tears, and not even that voice, the voice in my brain, it just grew really, really, really loud. It brought up every single insecurity I ever had, or I even ignored, or even thought I didn't have. Mistake, every fear, every guilt and shame that I had been running away from. And I was just there with it, listening to that voice in my brain. And the voice, it was not nice. And for the first time, I couldn't run away from myself. I couldn't even distract myself. There was no way that I was going to get up and go to a certain party or an event or try to connect with friends. I could not distract myself. I had to listen to that voice. And even then, I didn't understand what was happening to me. I just knew that I was a total mess. And the voice that spoke in my brain said some of the most cruelest, meanest things. And it made me feel that I was just such a bad person. It made me feel shameful. It made me feel bad. It reminded me that I was absolutely nothing. And in that moment, I couldn't reach out to anybody. I didn't want anyone to see me in my most vulnerable state. I didn't even want anyone to know how I truly felt inside of me about myself. My life, I had put up a strong face, a mask to keep people away, and that mask just slid off me. And in that moment, all I could do was reach out. But I reached out to who? I reached out to God. I was actually standing at the most important journey of my life, which was actually the most painful one as well. And as time went by, I would have discovered that I didn't really need to fix myself. All I needed to do was just sit with myself, acknowledge what I was going through, and give myself what I really needed. Because healing isn't really about fixing what is going on inside of you. It's not about changing into a new person. It's not about becoming someone new. It's not about pretending to have another mask on your face and act like everything is okay. It's not even about becoming completely spiritual and acting like you have the answers to everything. No, it was actually all about coming back home to myself.